Okay, so welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day, and I'm aware that the audio is probably not the best, and to be honest, I don't actually care. I wanted to just provide value, so if you're looking for fancy editing and all of that, this probably isn't the video for you. But if you actually want some actionable steps that you can take after watching this to make more money and scale your agency coaching offer, then this is going to be the video for you. So these are just some things that I didn't realize that I had to do when I started, and if I would have done them, I would have gotten success a lot quicker. Okay, so the first thing, we're just going to dive straight into it. The first thing is I didn't realize that you have to spend to acquire clients when you're starting and just when you're scaling. So this isn't what you think though, so keep watching because you wouldn't have heard of these things. So obviously everyone knows that you can spend money, through capital on ads to generate traffic. You can do influencer shoutouts. Everyone knows that. So I'm not going to talk about that because for 90% of you watching this, that isn't the viable option if you're starting out, right? However, there are 3 other ways that nobody talked about how you can acquire clients, right? The second way is what most beginners start with, which is using sweat equity, right? Which is essentially you spending time reaching out to clients, you spending time creating that pieces of content, and that is where most beginners start. However, the next 2 are probably the best options. The third one is ignorance debt, meaning that every month you aren't making the money you want. That is costing you that amount of money. So let's say you want to make 10K per month. It is costing you $10,000 every single month. You're not making that, right? Because it's, inhibiting you from living your dream life. And in my opinion, that is costing. So that should change your belief in terms of urgency. Obviously, you can pay for talent. That is a huge one, but I wouldn't recommend if you don't have any clients. It doesn't make sense because you don't have any proof of concepts. But the fourth way is a secret one that I've mentioned once on my channel before, but very few people actually do it. And I think I know why, because it's not the most shiny thing. However, this will get you clients and it will get you more appointments. And it's what I call the paid lead magnet. Now, most of you are aware with a free lead magnet, right? If I were to say, DM me on Instagram for a free course, that is a lead magnet, but primarily it's used for inbound. However, not many people use this for outbound, and it works like an absolute gem. And I'm going to explain it right now to make it really simple for you. So if you were to reach out to, let's just say, a fitness coach and offer AI solutions, instead of just like saying that we offer AI solutions, do you want to book a call, which is what most people do, it's never going to work because there's risk, they don't know who you are, there's too many factors that stops them from, going through the conversion process. However, if you were to say to them, like, would you like a free chatbot or a free comment bot or something, basically a part of your offer, right? Because your offer should consist of multiple different services to make it inimitable, which means hard to replicate. And then obviously there's a low competition, but take an element of that offer and actually have that as a free lead magnet. And then you use that in your emails, your Instagram DMs, your LinkedIn DMs, whatever you use to try and get clients. And that will convert way more appointments, thus meaning you make more money. However, you will have to spend $5, $20, $50 even per time you build the chatbot or whatever you use for free, right? So you're still paying to acquire clients, but it's at a much lower scale. So instead of spending $50 a day on ads, you can do this. And let's say you spend $10 to create a free lead magnet. If you do the maths right, your ascension rate from free to paid, so every time you offer something free to a client and then they pay, should be about 10%. So what this means is that you can spend, let's say $10 per lead magnet, you can essentially spend $100 to acquire a client that may pay you $1,000 or $5,000. So it's just an infinite glitch if you think about it. So I'm going to give you 2 more things that you can do after watching this that will allow you to make more money. And the second thing I'm going to be talking about is negativity and feedback loops. So when you're starting out, it is very easy to get emotional because what happens typically is beginners see a YouTube video, they see Eman Gadzi tell them how easy it is to make $10,000 per month with an SMMA or something like that. Then they actually do it and they realize it's not that easy. It may be simple in terms of what you have to do, but you have a problem executing on the strategy, right? And then you become discouraged. And let's say you do book appointments, it's probably unlikely you're going to close the first 5 or 10. So you become essentially negative, and it's just a spiral. It's a feedback loop, right? Because you don't close an appointment, then you become more needy, and you start doubting the process, and then that shows on your next sales call, and it just becomes a spiral. Whereas what I'm trying to say is if you can completely detach from the emotional aspect of scaling a business, you are going to do so much better. And I'm going to give you a great example for this right now. So I'm trying to hire people to scale, right? Because obviously I can't do everything. You need obviously great talent to actually make millions and millions of dollars, right? But there could be a $50,000 a year manager or a sales manager, right? Or you could hire a $100,000 per year sales manager. Now, that is double the expense, right? But the actual output you get from the $50,000 a year to the $100,000 a year could be 5x in terms of the work output. So it's asymmetrical, meaning that it doesn't make sense. And if I were, if I was in a scarcity mindset, I would always go for the $50,000, but then I would be leaving so much money on the table compared to spending that extra $50,000 a year, but then getting like 5x, 10x the actual outputs. So what I'm trying to say is, if you were to look at Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk, they just don't have any emotion when it comes to decision making and stuff like that. So yeah, I see this so commonly. I work with a lot of beginners starting out, and I've just noticed that they're always quite emotional and negative. And if you think about it, right, you're never going to chase leads and then hard sell them to make clients, right? If you do become successful, it's going to be because you have attracted the clientele. And how you attract good clients is by you being the type of person that they want to work with. So being likable, being positive, able to solve problems. And if you're always complaining, it's going to become extremely hard to attract clients. That's just how it is. So I highly suggest you be more positive, be more grateful, and don't be emotional when it comes to investing and spending on talent, on ads, on all of this stuff, because it's inevitable, right? As I said in the first point, you have to spend to acquire clients, either through your time, ignorance, debt, talent, or the fourth one, which is my strategy, which is the lead magnet aspect for outbound. So the third point is probably the most important, and it's what has allowed me to get to this point in my life where I'm currently sitting on a beach in Dubai. There's yachts in front of me, and I think if there's one thing that I'm good at, it is this one, and it is applied psychology. So what do I mean by applied psychology? It's essentially psychology applied to a certain situation. So if you are struggling with getting clients or appointment setting, it's because you don't understand psychology. Because if we boil it down to the first principles, which is what is true about client acquisition, it's simply getting a human to agree to give you their card information, right? So if you're struggling to do that, then it's because you don't understand what makes humans feel safe and trust you and all that kind of thing. So yeah, there's some amazing books you can read. I definitely recommend learning the 25 cognitive biases. There's there's Evolutionary Psychology by David M. Buss. It's an amazing book. There's a lot, right? You can read Carl Jung. He's got an amazing quote. He said, "He who looks outside dreams, he who looks inside awakes." So basically what he's saying is those that look inside and actually learn the skills and the thing is going to awake. A lot of people just want a shiny thing and they're not willing to actually learn humans. But I've always found psychology quite interesting in terms of what makes humans say yes, which is what you want more of, probably. So if you can learn that, you're going to be chilling. Like that is, that's a very core fundamental part of like the agency space or the coaching space. It's simply like, it's a service-based business model, which means that you're dealing with people, it's relationships, and it's very culture-driven, meaning that you need to make your team members aware of your culture and what your mission is. So that's it, it's very simplest form, and hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, just like and subscribe. I'm dropping videos pretty much every other day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy.